Hello everyone, this is Mahsa Amineni from Pakistan and you're watching my YouTube channel Insani Ittihad, which aims to invoke a little bit of humanity in all of us through awareness and understanding. So I wanted to talk about this issue that unfortunately I was not following. Maybe because I'm not on social media, that is Twitter or Facebook, so I don't know the latest trends in terms of news and current affairs. Since 2018, we do not have a TV in our home. Yeah, it is very Jewish and Arabic, Hasidic kind of household. No, I'm kidding. We just don't. We're very few people in the house, so we don't like to use TV. So we don't have TV or cable. So unfortunately, I didn't know about this incident, which has this international attention. It's about a 22-year-old Iranian young girl named Mahsa Amineni. She has she is actually she has died under under uncertain circumstances, under police custody, so to speak. And her family and friends and acquaintance and the whole world thinks that this is because she was very vocal about hijab policing and the morality squad, which actually prohibits young Iranian women to not expose their hair and wear proper hijab. Now her pictures I've seen her pictures in which she is not actually wearing the traditional Iranian hijab. Her hairs are somewhat shown. Now I don't know, I haven't fully researched her background and what she posted on social media and what I have no idea. And there is this footage which claims, and the authorities and the Iranian government claims that she had a seizure and then she had a heart attack and then she was put into an hospital where she eventually died, unfortunately. Now, for me, I wanted to put some light on what Iranian culture, in terms of there are certain liberties with the Shia Islam and the Iranian women actually have, which I don't know if the West actually knows about. Now, in the Shia Islam, there is this liberty given to a woman to have a short-term marriage, and once this, although this short-term marriage is done after the consent of the mahram, which can be a girl's father, uncle, or brother. So she can have a short-term marriage and then she can decide later on if she wants to continue with that marriage or call it off. Many modern couples, because they want to have sex, just sex, so they use and abuse this law or this flinch. They get married multiple times, have sex with women, and then just discard those women. And same goes with the women who are, they just want to sleep with men. So they have this short nikah. It is, by the way, called nikah-e-muta. Saudi Arabia also implies this law, and this law was actually constituted in wartime because the Prophet and Ali, his cousin, and his son-in-law, actually there was this conflict that what should we do with the women that you get from invading people and killing their men. So those women were taken as short-term temporary wives. They had sex with them while they were invading or on a war expedition, and then they discarded those women. Some kept those marriages later on, but it was like if and there is this famous court which is associated with Ali, who is the cousin and also the son-in-law of the Prophet, who said that if you like a girl and you can have a nikah muta, that is have sex with her, keep her for a couple of years or a couple of months, and then if you feel like that she is mature enough or good enough for you, keep her as a long-term wife. Otherwise, give her a divorce and get rid of her. And the children, however, coming from the nikah muta would have a piece of inheritance because that's like Islamic law. But anyway, so this is the liberty which is still in place for the Iranian women, and Saudi Arabia has this law, but it is not an official law. So they wanted to make it official, I think 5-6 years ago. But that was something, and there was a backlash coming up from the Sunni side and the women activists and stuff. So that was called off. So there are other privileges which Shia women have and not the Sunni women. Like for example, if a man has only daughters, and then when he dies, a part of his inheritance, part of his property goes to his brother's sons, and a smaller number would go to his daughters as well, since there is no male heir to the inheritance. In the Shia Islam, however, if you have two daughters, if a man has two daughters and no male heir to his inheritance, those the property, the entire property would be divided into those two girls that he has. The Sunni Islam does not allow that, but the Shia Islam and the Iranian Islam actually allows that. So there are a bunch of other, liberties which are given to the Iranian Shia women as compared to the Arab Sunni Muslim countries and the other non-Arab Sunni countries. So I wanted to put this information beforehand, just because I wanted to talk about how, in my opinion, this is being not. I mean, I'm not supporting the hijab squad, and I'm definitely not supporting people who enforce any sort of dress code on women. However, I highly disagree with West in terms of popularizing if a woman takes off her hijab or wears revealing clothes or shows off her body, representing that how modern she is and how tolerant she is, and to justify actually that you are not a radically motivated religious person. You need to strip off your clothes, whether stripping off your hair, stripping out your body, intimate body parts, or showing off your cleavage, showing off your beauties or your legs or whatever. In both the cases, either recommending or forcing women to cover up, or forcing women to show off their sexuality or their sensuality, is basically wrong, is basically sexualizing and demeaning the meaning of a woman. A woman is not defined by her sexuality or her beauty. I mean, some people don't use the word sexuality, but they use it. A woman has the right to look beautiful. Definitely she has. But that does not mean that men should demand, in the name of beauty, in the name of appreciating the beauty of a woman, to ask her to do striptease or something. So it's whether covering up her body for other men, or stripping off her clothes for other men or for other men's satisfaction, is something that I don't believe in. Hijab policing definitely shouldn't be popularized, and a woman shouldn't be told what to wear. But yes, if a woman is going into a imam barga or some religious procession, or a gathering where there is sensitivity towards a dress code. For example, there is a beach party. So if I am invited into a beach party, I should have that awareness that people would be wearing clothes that they wear on beaches. So I shouldn't be shocked people wearing bikinis or tank tops or shorts or mini skirts. And I should also be aware that I should be not wearing necessarily a hijab, but some a Zara frock won't hurt them and neither me. But whatever. So you need to. And if I'm going Bazarat Hashem very very soon to Jerusalem and Kotel, I should know that I have to dress properly. Probably not wear a hijab, or I would, because I am in love with hijab. But anyways, well, if I convert to Judaism and then I go to Kotel, I will probably not, and I'm not married, then I'll probably not wear a hijab. But I would wear modest clothes, and I should have that awareness that what should I wear when I go to a place like a hotel, the Wailing Wall, or I won't be going to the, oh, maybe. But anyway, so my point is that in certain situations, people can advise people to dress properly as per for the protocols, or respecting other people's. I mean, just imagine how would religious women who come to pray at Kotel or who have come to pray at Makkah, Medina, see a woman wearing bikini and saying it's my right to wear bikini wherever I want. So obviously you respect other people's other people's spaces and other people's perspective as well, along with your own. But this whole thing of women in Turkey, women in West cutting off their hair, burning hijabs, I mean, support Mahsa, definitely support Mahsa, but not on the cost of people who chose to wear hijab, or who choose to wear, or who choose to cover their hair, choose to wear hijab, choose to dress modestly. That does not mean that they are radical necessarily. This does not mean that we as cover up women have the right to pass judgments. Maybe in terms of choices, a woman who is wearing much more revealing clothes would have much more modest choices. Maybe she would make better choices, and maybe wearing a hijab or covering up myself, I would make very immoral choices. So it is not how you judge people's characters. It's the choice that you have individually to how to represent yourself. Clothes represent how you want to represent yourself, or your own comfort, your personal inclination, your personal dislikes and likes. So do not make it a West versus hijab, or do not do that. Showing solidarity by taking off your hijab, I will not do that. I would still wear a hijab, and I would still respect her choice to, or anybody's choice not to wear hijab, because that does not define either their character, it doesn't define, it just defines they're not wearing hijab and I'm wearing hijab. I am same sort of a woman, and she is same woman. We probably would have same aspirations and dreams, and we could agree on so many things other than the choices of what to wear each day. So please treat us for our brains and our abilities and as individuals, full of emotions, full of thoughts and perspectives. And humans, don't treat us like bag of sexuality, or there is much more to women, and that should be appreciated. And that 20-year-old woman was not just defined by wearing a hijab or not wearing a hijab. I am pretty sure she had a lot of potential. The real things that we should be fighting over in regards to political activism is how much women are appreciated for their roles in decision making in political spheres, how many leaders, how many business entrepreneurs are given these opportunities that, whether they're female, and because of their gender, you know, specification. For example, how many pregnant women are the CEOs? How many married and full-time mothers are given the opportunity to lead in the parliament, or to be leaders, or to hold public offices? How many companies are providing daycare and facilities that, women executives and women workers can bring their children and can have all those, responsibilities met. They can be full-time mothers as well as full-time executives and officers, and they have that opportunity. A child needs to be with her mother, but a mother has to have financial independence, so that she is not only responsible for herself but her family, and she contributes in the household with her partner, with her husband, with her children. So these decisions are way much more important than these petty issues: hairs, cleavage, hijab, no hijab, women's beauty. Women's sexuality, women's intimacy is her private matter. It shouldn't be a matter to politically, uh, you know, politically used as an agenda to, if let me give you another antidote for that. How is Arab, UAE, Emirati, and Saudi women who wear not just hijab but black burqas, and the West is okay with it? How is the West okay with religious Orthodox Jewish married women covering their hair, and they have issue with Iranian women choosing to cover their hair with hijab? So you want Iranian women stripped of hijab and clothes, but you want to cover up the Jewish women, Jewish religious women, and the Arab, Emirati, and Saudi, and Arab, Palestinian women cover up. Why? Because they are a bit elite from the rest of the non-Arab and non-Palestinian and Jewish religious Jewish women. I mean, how the Haredi, or this so-called the ultra orthodox, sees the not very religious Jewish communities as something degraded or low. How are you different? How are we different, who are burning their hijabs and cutting off their hair? It's not that. I think as women, we should stop this propaganda, whether it is that other organization which used to have those take off your shirt. I don't know what, it was a European organization which was used to, the women would have topless, marches to show off that, they can also have the liberty of, showing off, going topless just like men do. Honestly speaking, I would not appreciate if I want to go out on a business meeting, or just to socially meet somebody, and someone turns up topless or in a tank top, and I'm like, okay, so we are meeting for the first time, and you're just bare. You're not wearing any clothes, or wearing a tank top. That's something that I would not appreciate. But the same thing I would highly appreciate from my husband on a Saturday or a Friday afternoon, or a Saturday night is the intimate night. So yeah, totally take off all shirt and all. So my privacy, my intimacy, my sexuality, my beauty, my expression of my what is it called, intimacy, yeah, that is for me. I want to look beautiful to my husband. I want to look attractive to him. Yes, but I do want to look appropriate and wear proper dressing at on holidays, or when I go to work. I want to look decent and appropriate. But I would not appreciate if my boss would say, "You're looking very sexy." I mean, this is the I mean, this is the comment I expect from my husband. Later at night, that you're looking very sexy. I would expect my boss to say, "Amazing work, great presentation. I'm increasing your bonus. I am promoting you to the CEO level." Or how about an increment? Or how about a fully paid vacation with your family to this, because you got us this merger, or you got us this great deal, or whatever, or you got us out from a financial I don't know, collapse or something like that. So appreciate me for my work, not how great I am looking. I mean, why would you? So, I don't expect this from my colleagues. I would expect from my colleagues to say how supporting colleague I am, how intellectually helpful I am to them, how much I contribute in terms of to the progress and profits of for the organization. So I mean, this is something that we need to, as women, we need to set these boundaries to make sure that I used to. I was the other day. I was telling my younger sister that Pakistan has this penis-based foreign policy, and India has this vagina-based foreign policy, because all these beautiful young Miss Worlds and Miss Universe and these models and these Bollywood actresses are actually promoting India as like a diplomacy stunt. Same goes with the Pakistani penises. Uh, the Pakistani cricketers are way too much, sexualized and famous of how handsome they are. Even at the MGC, the Jewish women are going crazy over Pakistani penises. What the fuck? I mean, please have some sensibility. We are much more than our sexualities. We are much more than our beauty. Let's explore our inner beauty. Let's explore our intellectual beauty rather than our superficial beauty, which I personally think, should be kept for the most intimate place in our home and in our lives. That's our bedroom. So either you're married or you're not married, keep it and save it for your girlfriend, your sex partner, or your husband in my case. Yeah. So yeah, this is my message. Full support for women who do not want to wear hijab. Modesty is not in hijab. Modesty is in your thought process. Modesty is in your personality. A woman is not defined by what clothes she wears. A woman is defined by her action, by her thought process, by her choices. So please look into that. Thank you very much.